Hey guys, Pastor Dan here, Friendship Church, Mulberry, Florida. I wanted to talk to you real quick this week about Ephesians 6:13 through 20, which is the armor of God. We've been talking about spiritual warfare. Because of that, this past week we spoke about the helmet of salvation. Now, I just wanted to break that down a little bit because we've heard about the helmet of salvation, but sometimes it's a little hard to understand. The helmet of salvation is like this. When you put a helmet on your head, it is to protect your head. It's to protect your brain, your mind, because your mind controls the rest of your body. Without your mind, it doesn't matter, right? So the helmet of salvation is to protect your spiritual mind, because your spiritual mind leads you to do all the great things for God that He has planned for you. So what the enemy wants to do is he wants to attack that spiritual mind. The first thing he attacks is your salvation. When you give your life to the Lord and you determine that you're going to live for Jesus the rest of your life, the first thing he starts doing is he starts coming in and he starts saying, you're not saved. You're not saved. You're not saved. You didn't pray enough at the altar. Those feelings you felt wasn't real. That feeling of the Holy Spirit's draw on your heart was just coincidence, or it was just an emotion. That's the first thing he does, because he wants you to give up your salvation. If he can't get you to give up your salvation, the next thing he wants to do is he wants to make you ineffective. Because if he can make you ineffective, although he may not win you, he will win those that you would affect in the future. So, first thing he attacks, your salvation. Second thing he attacks is to make you ineffective. He doesn't want us to be transformed by the Holy Spirit, because that's what happens. When you get saved, you begin to be transformed by the Holy Spirit. When you get as you are being transformed by the Holy Spirit, one of the things you learn is that you can take every thought captive. And you can take that thought and you can force it into submission under Christ. The enemy does not want you to do that. He wants you to be confused. He wants you to be bombarded with all these old junky thoughts and all this stuff that you did before you was a Christian. And God doesn't bring that stuff back up. The enemy does. So because of that, he's trying to do all that because he doesn't want you to be a reckoning force to go in and storm the gates of hell. As Christians, we are called to storm the gates of hell. We are called to be an active force going out, not just sitting back in the church hoping that we make it till Jesus gets here. We're called to be warriors. Put on the whole armor of God. Let me leave you with this. If the enemy can get you to doubt God's gift of salvation by pointing out your failure, he has subtly placed you on the throne and taken God off the throne. God's the one that does the work. God's the one that brings salvation. God's the one that can strengthen us and give us authority and give us power and renew us. God's the one that does all that. We love you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. We'd love to try to answer them. But come see us, 304 West 8th Street, Mulberry, Florida.